morning, my friends. Well, I am on the boat to Bornholm again, but this time I took the boat from Køge and to Bornholm instead of from Ystad in Sweden. That meant I didn't have to drive very far, but then the ferry trip was 5.5 hours. Normally you would get a cabin on board the boat and sleep in the cabin, but when you travel as a single man, well, as a single in general, then you have to share the cabin with someone else. And well, I figured I sleep just as good in the Raven, so I actually slept in the Raven. And before I went on board the ferry, I covered the windows, and then as soon as I was parked here, I climbed into the back of the Raven and went to sleep, and it was perfectly fine. To be completely honest, then you're not allowed to do that, because you're not allowed to be on the car deck while the ferry is at sea. But well, yeah, it was fine, no problem, and I had a good night's sleep. And now I'm very soon we will arrive, and then I have 2 jobs here on Bornholm, and then I'm going back to the normal area. Go back from Bornholm Saturday evening, so I actually have a full day on Bornholm just to enjoy myself. So, and when I'm going back, I'm actually going back through Sweden as normal. But well, I believe we are there soon, so I better get ready to drive off the boat. Good afternoon, my friends. Well, it's Friday, 2 o'clock, and I just finished work. And normally when I'm on Bornholm, I like to go enjoy nature, but it's quite wet outside. It's raining really bad today, and don't really feel like spending a lot of time out in the rain. But I found something here that looks interesting. I'll bring you guys, but I'm sorry, I have to handhold the camera. I have this, it's like, I used to call it a monopod. It's like a tripod, just with one leg. I used to use with this phone for making it more stable. But it broke. The one on top that's made for holding the cell phone is broken. So I will just hold the phone in my hand, and then obviously still if there's wind I will use the microphone. Here you got the sign outside. It's a Cold War museum, Cold War exhibition, spy hunt, mini golf, and the best view of Bornholm. So let's go have a look at it. Well, they talked about the best view on Bornholm. It is raining, so I'm not gonna be up here very long, but as you can see, that view is not all that good. It's raining and it's misty, but still quite incredible. This tower is very, very high. There we got the sea. It's actually quite spectacular. I better get downstairs before my phone gets too much water. I just stepped inside the hallway here, the staircase, and just want to show you guys. Look at how the clouds, they drift. This tower, the top of this tower is 150 meters over the ground. And even though it's not very windy, there's this spooky howling sound from the wind. Well, while I walk down, I will tell you guys a little bit about what I've seen till now. This here tower is a listening tower from the Cold War period. Obviously Bornholm is the furthest east you can get in Denmark. So it was a perfect place to listen to what was going on in the Eastern Bloc countries. And that's what it was used for. Originally in this place was a lighthouse, but the lighthouse was changed. Well, the lighthouse is still here, but it was kind of changed to, they built this tower so that they could listen to the East Bloc countries. I was a little bit lazy. I took the lift up here and I walked down. It's not easy to look out through this window. Took the lift up and walked down. That's the easy way to do it. But yeah, this museum, part of the museum is about Second World War. Part of it is about the Cold War. And obviously this tower and this building was a listening station where they could listen to what was going on in the East Bloc countries. So that was the main thing for this tower. And there is this kind of eerie feeling when you're in this building, and in particular in this tower. It's really oh well, anyway, I think I'll let you go. It just continues like that. I don't know how far I down have gotten till now, but there's a long way still. See you later. Here you see a MiG jet from Poland that actually flew to Denmark and landed in 1956, the 25th of September 1956. This airplane landed on Bornholm. The pilot asked for political asylum, and I guess he got it after he gave the Danish military his airplane. This was only one of, I think, one of three. Yeah, 3 Polish MiG airplanes, fighter airplanes, that arrived on Bornholm and landed, and all 3 pilots asked permission to stay. But I know at least one of them came to the US. I don't know about the rest of them. I don't know if we can have a look inside. Now you can see more than I can. But yeah, a Polish East Bloc fighter plane from the 50s. That was a unique opportunity for the Danish intelligence, and of course CIA and all those guys as well. Actually, CIA tried to get the Danes to give them the airplane, which they did not. The Danes kept it. And Denmark kept all three of them, as far as I remember. They did not give in. But of course they let the Allies have a look at it to find out what how a thing like that works. But yeah, one of them is still here on Bornholm. Again, in the middle of the Cold War. It's not raining anymore, very much. I'm outside the museum now. You can see it here behind me. And here, straight behind me, is the tower. And I will let you have a look. That is a very, very tall tower. When you look at it from down here, it looks even taller. It's just incredible. And over here, let me just turn you around. Over here is the old lighthouse. They've removed the top of it, but the house itself, the building itself, still stands. For sure, this here museum is worth a visit. I just had a chat with the lady inside, and she told me it's 100% privately owned. No money coming in from anywhere else but from people visiting the museum. They don't get any money from the commune or government or anything. Everything is private. And you see here, that's where the old fighter jet was. I just asked the lady about the fighter jet, and she said the owner of this museum, he borrowed that jet from somewhere else. She could not remember where it was, but it's borrowed. But everything else here is bought by the owner of the museum to be showed here. And if people need a little bit of relaxation, either in between what they see in the museum or after, and there's the miniature golf course out here, as you can see over there, and of course picnic area. Well, I think I'm gonna go back to Rønne now. I decided to go to a Chinese restaurant tonight. My boss have told me that he will treat me to some food while I'm over here. So I just go get a good meal at the Chinese restaurant and then give him the bill. So see you guys later. I am very full now and on my way to the boondocking spot for tonight. It was a very good Chinese restaurant. They had buffet with sushi and all kinds of Chinese dishes. Oh wow. Have a look at this place. Oh wow. I believe I have found another great boondocking spot. Let's have a look round the bend. believe this is where I want to spend the night. That sunset. I know for sure I did. Now I will turn the car around so I park with the side to the water so I can enjoy the view from my bed both tonight and tomorrow morning. You guys take care and remember, life is good. Bye bye.